City of Stevens Point Transportation Commission meeting, recorded January 11th, 2021.
All right. Well, then it's 4:45. We'll call the meeting to order. Start off with roll call first. You want to do the roll call, Susan?
Sure can. Okay. Nicole Lisley.
Here.
Carolyn Peterson.
Here.
Alderman Kneebone.
Here.
Alderman Leek.
Here.
Tom Bertram.
Here.
And Greg Coppell.
Here.
And Mark Christensen.
I am here.
Okay. Wonderful.
All right. Well, we'd like to welcome you, Mark. It's your first meeting. We'll go through and speak a little bit on maybe what we do and how long we've been with the commission. So I'm Nicole Lisley. I am the chairperson for the commission. I've been around since the early 2000s. Not even sure when I became the chairperson, but it seems like it's been quite a while, maybe 11 years. And then we do have a co-chairperson too, to help run the meetings. And that's Carolyn. She'll speak in a little bit. I live in Stevens Point. I use transit every once in a while, usually in December. I like to ride for free and check out what's going on our bus system. But I do have two children that are teenagers now, and we've tried to make sure that they use transit and understand transit too. So, and then I work for the Department of Transportation over in Wisconsin Rapids as a civil engineer supervisor. So I'm a little involved at the DOT. So sometimes I understand a little bit of what Susan is talking about when she talks about our grant systems. So,
Okay.
So Carolyn, you want to go next?
Sure. I'm Carolyn Peterson. I am from Stevens Point, and I am the co-chair and on this committee, and I work at Mid-State Independent Living Choices as a resource coordinator. And I've been on the committee, I don't even know how long, probably 7, 8 years. How long, Tom? You've been here that long.
Mm-hmm. I think so.
You've been here about the same.
I think I was late 16 and you might have been earlier 16.
Okay. So I've been here
Feels like 8 years.
5 years. Can't do math. It's too late.
Who wants to go next?
Who? I'll go for lack of. I'm the alderperson representing District 7, half of which is east of I-39 and the other half is between Minnesota and Iverson Park, Hilltop. They're all in my district, but it's pretty peculiar. I've been on this committee since my first election in 2015. Rode the city bus in Madison for 2 years while I was a grad student. Got a degree in urban planning down there, and really enjoyed riding the city bus. It was the only time I could read a novel and not feel guilty once I started grad school. So being on this committee was one I had asked the mayor to serve on. So been here 5 years and hope to be reappointed after the spring election. Since I'm running unopposed, I will be serving the district for 2 more years. So that's it for me for now.
Thanks, Mary.
Hi, Mark. I'm Greg Keppel. I'm relatively new to the committee. Going in my 5th month. I started in August, and I work at UW Stevens Point as a associate lecturer And I'm also a student pursuing a doctorate in career and technical education at UW Stout. And so each month I learn a little bit more, and hopefully as time goes on, I can contribute a little bit more. And it's a nice way to be connected to the community and be a part of what's going on. So I hope you find it that way too.
Thank Greg.
Did Alderman Leek, did you have a
Yeah,
turn?
yeah, sure. If I'm up. As you can see on the Zoom screen here, my name is Thomas Leek. I too work at UWSP, some sort of professor, associate professor, and here, and mostly I teach German. And I've been on transportation since my election to City Council in April. I think I started in April, though maybe it was May, now that I think about it. Yeah, I've been on City Council since well, this year. So so I got at least one more year left. We'll see if we'll see how it goes after that.
Okay. Thanks, Tom.
Hi, Mark. My name is Tom Bertram, and I was really wrong. Sorry, Carolyn. 2014.
Yeah, I thought
So,
that was
right,
wrong.
so it felt like 8 years. I've been on the committee since like late 2014, and I've really enjoyed it. And in my day job, I work as a human resources assistant or administrative HR assistant at UW Stevens Point. I've been there for a number of years, and I love it. That's what I got.
Excellent.
And Mark, I'm Susan Lemke. I'm the transportation superintendent, and I have been in my position for 23 years. So I have all these guys beat. So anytime you'd like to come over and take a look at our facility and meet the staff, we would welcome that. So feel free to do that. And I think that would be great. And Alderman Leek, if you or Greg also, you're all welcome anytime here at Transit. We're at 2700 Week Street, which if you don't know where that is, Mark, we're between Land's End and the railroad track, area.
Yep.
Off from Brulowski. So welcome. We're very happy to have you on the commission. Go ahead.
I can tell you a little bit about what I hope to bring. I have time. I recently retired a year and a half ago after 33 years in school administration. I was the superintendent out at Rochelle for 9 years. Prior to that, I was up in northern Wisconsin for 19. During my time up in Washburn, I was on city council there and was actually our representative to Bay Area Rural Transit, their transportation commission up there. And so I do have some prior experience. Of course, it's significantly different because everything there is so rural and so spread out. We did lots of miles and not a lot of routes. So some similarities, but a lot of differences. So I'll obviously have a lot to learn. UWSP was kind of what got me down to here. Both my sons graduated from UWSP. And so I always said, when I retired, I'd like to retire in a small university town. Ended up taking the superintendent's position in Rochelle. And so when I retired, Stevens Point was just a perfect fit. My wife and I have been here for almost 2 years now. And so I was looking at ways to be able to hopefully contribute to the community that I'm planning on spending the rest of my life in. So now that the house is pretty well remodeled, that's always a work in progress. It never ends. But that's okay. I'm enjoying Stevens Point and hope to be able to bring something to the table.
Perfect. Did you work with under Tom Waby there?
Yes.
Yeah.
I was on, yeah, yep.
Yeah, he is a very good friend. Miss him dearly. Yeah.
Right.
So.
Yep, good man.
Yes. Yes, for sure. Okay. I guess we can start.
Okay, well, we'll get going then. Agenda item number 2 is approval of the December 14, 2020 Transportation Commission minutes. Those should have been in the email from Susan. Are there any questions for Susan? Otherwise, we can entertain a motion to approve those.
I'll move to approve.
Okay, a motion by Mary Lebo,
I'll second that. Leak here.
second by Tom Leek. Any questions or additional comments?
Yeah, I'll just ask Susan, what was, I don't recall if we discussed this during the last meeting, was on the return of the funds to the communities, I think it was Park Ridge and Plover, or Whiting maybe.
Whiting and Plover.
What was the reaction to that?
They were pleased. Paul Strike said early Christmas present, when I notified him. And Dan Mahoney was appreciative as well, and very felt, that was a good gesture or effort on our part to, make things fair overall. And so very positive responses, and I've also submitted their 2021 invoices, which reflect CARES Act funding for a partial part of the year as well. So next year, with the CARES Act funding coming into the program for at least part of the year, that it will help municipalities hopefully recover a little bit from the COVID. So.
Thank you for that.
You're welcome.
Okay, any further questions? Okay, hearing none, we have a motion on the floor. We'll take it to vote. All those in favor say aye.
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 Those opposed? Just one dog opposing? All right, motion carries. Can move to the next agenda item, which is approval of the December 2020 financial claims report, again in the email from Susan. Are there any questions? Otherwise, if there aren't any, we can entertain a motion for approval.
Alder Kneebone here. I do have one quick question. I noticed that there's a couple of shoe allowances. How often do the drivers get to replace their shoes? Is that yearly or every other year?
Every year.
Okay, cool.
And they also have the ability to purchase other things with that same amount. It's $125 is the allotted amount. And they have the ability to purchase like t-shirts or socks or ice cleats or, rubber boots for when they are washing buses. So essentially, the uniform itself is provided through Cintas, and so they're leased and they're washed, and as well as jackets are provided to all of the operators. So the only things that aren't provided are things like shoes and those extra items that they may need.
I'm glad that's available for them.
I think it's very helpful. It's
Yeah, I used to get a new pair of boots every year. I worked at the VA hospital, and it was really nice to
Mhm.
have that allowance.
Susan, I just have a question. This is Carolyn. I just have a question about a downtown bathroom rental. What
Mhm.
is that?
Sure.
I
Where-
mean, it's obvious what it is, but
but why? Well,
I'm just wondering.
right. Our hub, our transfer hub or our transfer center is down by the old Shopko.
Right.
And when Shopko was open, the drivers were able to just run into Shopko real quick and use the restroom in between routes.
Okay.
When they closed, it left us with no, I guess, easy access to a restroom.
Okay.
The drivers were, we were searching for a location where downtown so that, because they're down there for 5 minutes, they have a little layover there.
Right.
That's the ideal place to have a bathroom break. So we reached out to Schultz and what is it? Schultz Brothers, I think.
Mhm.
And they were willing to let us share their restroom and take care of, the cleaning and the supplies and everything for a small fee per month. And we felt
So is it like a business downtown, or is it like you rent a like a
The potty?
yeah, porta potty? That's
no,
right.
no,
Thank you.
it's inside their
Okay.
in their office area, but it's in a location that doesn't disrupt the activities that are being conducted in the office. And it's an easy access in and out for the operators. So,
Okay.
we were very happy that they were willing to allow us to offer that to our staff. And so they actually charge $200 a month, which really isn't bad.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't realize. I forgot about the bathroom. I mean, you gotta go. When you gotta go, right?
Mhm. And when Shopko was open, it was, a public restroom and it was so quick in and out for the operators. But, it really, you don't think about those things until they're gone. And then it created an issue. So we resolved
Okay.
it.
Tom Bertram will move to approve.
Oh, I'll second.
Okay, we have a motion for approval by Tom and a second by Carolyn. Any further questions? Okay, hearing none, we'll take the motion to vote. All those in favor say aye.
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 Those opposed? Okay, motion carries. All right, next on the agenda. Let's see, calendar year 2021 5310 federal grant awards. So I think that's the other attachment in the email that you sent out, right, Susan?
Is, and Stephen's Point is near the top of the list. I was looking for mine right here, and I think I accidentally lost it. So,
Like line 8.
yeah, and we had talked about this before, in that I had applied for the funding, and that we were supposed to be awarded, but it was a non-official award. Now we have officially been awarded the 115,520 for our mobility management program and 59,288 for our volunteer drivers program. So those are the official awards. So I just wanted to bring it to your attention that we did receive the official award. The funding amounts are not 100% of our requests, and that's because the 5310 federal funding there's a great demand for that right now, and we haven't had increases in that funding for a number of years. So we're trying to do more with the same. And a lot of programs are coming into this funding, requesting funding from this grant application. So the demand is increasing, the funding stayed the same. So you know what happens, So we're hoping, we'd always like to hope that there's going to be a change with that grant, but I haven't heard anything. So right now we're just speaking with our legislators and demonstrating what's happened in the programs that are receiving the fund are receiving less, and of course expenses always go up, so it's becoming more of a challenge. But we did receive healthy funds though, so happy with those.
At a quick glance, it looks like we are the third highest. So amazing work, Susan, on getting us that. You're awesome.
Thank you. I am happy to bring home whatever I can. I will do my best. So, and with Stat, the rep that I talked to, he actually called me because he did say that he wished that they could have awarded based on the scores, because we scored high on our grant application. It's a competitive bid process, but that doesn't matter. I guess our score didn't matter. You just have to meet a criteria, but we scored high, but we still had to receive the same percentage that everybody else did based on their budgets.
Well, I'll echo what Tom said. Well done. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
I was wondering what if the incoming president gets his cabinet, which it appears he's likely to, I'm wondering how a small town mayor as Secretary of Transportation, who better to understand the transportation needs in small communities like ours, with potholes and road repair and the needs for infrastructure improvements. So hopefully, and a transit system to make mobility accessible for everybody. It'll be interesting to see what former Mayor Buttigieg does as the transportation cabinet member, secretary, I guess.
Yeah, you never know. There always has been a good response to the rural programs, a very good understanding of how difficult it is for rural and smaller programs, and how important though it is to have those in your smaller communities. So I've been impressed with that throughout the years, with a number of our grants focusing on that and focusing on individuals that, identifying those who really need public transportation and making sure those communities are receiving as much as they can possibly receive. And so I've always been pleased with that reaction to the rural programs. The 5311 program, it's going a little bit off topic, but I have not heard yet how, other than the CARES Act, I think we're going to do okay in 2021 as well, but I haven't received any notice, official or non-official, on amounts yet. They're still working on that. Those grants were due December 12th, so pretty soon we'll hear something, I think. But
sorry, I was on mute. Is that all you had on that topic then, Susan?
it is. It's just an
Okay.
informational topic, and So
All right.
that no action needed.
Okay, next up on the agenda is the staff update.
I have a retirement to announce. John Alekna, our PM supervisor, announced that he will be retiring. His last day will be January 22nd. So he's on vacation right now. So, but he'll return for a week and then he'll be leaving us. So we're working on filling that position, and we're also in the process of filling the mobility coordinator position. So we have a couple of openings right now that
Did Marlene leave?
yes, she
She
left
did.
back in November. Mhm.
Hmm.
But that was my staff update.
Okay, sounds good. Any questions for Susan on the staff update? Okay, hearing none, the next agenda item is the next meeting, which is, looks like it will be Monday, February 8th at 4:45. Anybody not going to be able to attend that they know of today? Okay, hearing none, and we'll proceed with that date and time, and we'll adjourn. Thanks everybody for zooming in.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
I would say one thing before everybody leaves, going over there and taking a tour of the transportation facility is pretty cool. It's well worth the time.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
We have a couple brand new buses on board. They're out working. And yeah, it'd be great to have any of you to stop over. We're getting lonely over here.
Mhm.
Yeah, I used to think it was a new building, but it's almost 12 years old now, right?
It was, we moved in
11?
January of 2013.
Oh, was it 13? Okay.
Mhm.
I always think it was 9, but
Yeah.
yeah,
But
it's been a while.
those years are ticking by. It's,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, that's for sure. Yeah, you should definitely go over and get a tour. And then just so that you know, in December, we run our buses for free on Fridays. And sometimes in November too, right, Susan? It's between
Mhm.
Thanksgiving and
Yep. Mhm.
yeah. So on Fridays you can ride for free, which is a really great opportunity to meet the bus drivers and see who rides the buses, and
Mhm.
maybe even talk to people if you feel like talking to them. So yeah,
Mhm.
I've done it a few times. I've seen a lot of great stuff. So
Thank
all
you.
right,
Thank you,
have
everyone.
a
Have a great
good
evening.
month.
Okay,
Bye.
you too.
Bye.
Bye.
A video of this meeting is available for viewing on the city's website, stevenspoint.com/videos.